everyone, in this video we'll show you how to get started with the BBC Microbit, which is a tiny pocket-sized computer that helps you make simple coding games but also incorporate in lots of basic and advanced electronic projects. New to the Microbit, this guide is the perfect place to begin because we are not only going to look at the version 1 of the Microbit but also version 2, and also let you know where you can source your Microbit. So if you are based in the UK and just want to have one Microbit, you can get it from Kitronic. I think it comes at around £15 to get this starter kit, and the starter kit has got everything for you to get started with the Microbit. Definitely a board, a version 2 board, and then it comes with a USB cable as well for you to download your code. It comes with a AAA battery pack as well, with a JST connector to power your Microbit. It also comes with a safety guide and a getting started guide as well. Different inputs and how to power your Microbit as well. So it comes in really handy if you are new to the Microbit world. And yes, it comes with 2 AAA batteries as well. So let's get started. So both version 1 and version 2, as I've told you, look very similar. Version 1 came around 2016 and version 2 came around 2020. Version 2 includes several upgrades that make it more powerful. When we look at both version 1 and 2, the processor of version 2 is more faster. It has got more memory. There is no microphone in version 1 of the Microbit. I don't know how visible it is, but it is quite visible when it lights up when the Microbit is powered, and maybe I'll show it to you later. If you look at it, you can slightly see that there's a gold dot here, and then it lights up when it is powered. And also, this is a brilliant resource. There are lots of digital posters that can be used in your class that explain how to use a Microbit and different hardware features of the Microbit. I think they make brilliant resources for your classroom. As you can see, it shows that there is a microphone right here. And another difference is that there is no speaker in version 1 of the Microbit. So if I flip the Microbit, there is no speaker in the version 1, whereas there is speaker in version 2. The battery socket is the same. There's a JST connector. Let's try connecting our version 1 to a battery pack. Let's see how it responds. I think there's already some code in it. So yes, there's no speaker, there's no microphone, and then there is the touch logo is not capacitive as well in version 1, so it cannot be used as an input for Microbit version 1. If you look at version 2, you can use this touch logo as an input, like the button A and B, and then when button A and B are pressed together, it's another input, and then you've got another 4th input as well as the touch input. Also, the LED matrix though looks very similar, but it has got better control, and the brightness level is increased in version 2 of the Microbit. And this is the pin or edge connector. So same, physically the design is same, but it has got better electrical connections. So you can see here that there is pin 0, pin 1, pin 2, and then when we look at the MakeCode website, I'd like to know how to connect these inputs and outputs, how to connect these pins as inputs and outputs both. And then there is a 3 volt and ground as well. So yeah, this is the basic hardware. These are the basic hardware features in your BBC Microbit, and obviously you know that there's an accelerometer, there is a compass and magnetometer, there's a speaker. I've already told you about the power socket, but yes, there is a reset button in both as well that resets the code. Here you will connect your USB cable here when you want to download your code. And then obviously your microbit can communicate through Bluetooth, radio, and the USB cable. I think this is it. Let's get started with coding our microbit version 2 with a basic program.
Microbit offers lots of classroom resources that can be used as posters, like the annotated poster on the screen before. So if you go on microbit.teach.org, you can access class projects, do your bit activities, and classroom resources in the form of posters and printables that are easily accessible and can be printed and used in the classroom. There are certificates for students. There is an annotated poster. There is also a glossary that helps explain to students basic coding concepts, what exactly debugging is, what is an algorithm. So these resources are quite helpful. There are also LED planning sheets that help students to plan beforehand before they actually start coding. Microbit Blocks Cutout Card is another brilliant resource that we are going to use in a bit. It introduces students to offline coding and helps them understand block coding and familiarize the coding blocks before they enter the interface. Another great resource is the input and output labeling microbit worksheet. It helps students to understand what are the features of the microbit before they actually start playing with the device.
It is really helpful to print these cards out and cut them out to create a useful class resource, either whether you are planning your microbit project or when microbits or laptops are not available, and it lowers the stress before jumping into the actual microbit software. So here I have some of the basic coding blocks. I've got on start and I have got show an icon. It will also help students to familiarize themselves with the colors of certain blocks. So for instance, all these basic blocks are blue in color. So when button A is pressed, show number 2, show LEDs when button A and B is pressed, and then when on button B is pressed, I can write here maker.
To start coding our first project for microbit, we are going to go on the makecode.microbit.org. We've got the simulator on the left, and then here's the blocks palette, and on the right there's the coding area. Let's drag and drop the same basic and input blocks that we have already used with our cards on start, and then we are going to drag a show icon. Let's go to input and drag when button A is pressed. There's a little toggle through which you can change the same on button A is pressed and change it to either button A and B or button B. Let's just get when button A and B is pressed. We are going to show a string, and when button B is pressed, we are going to drag the LED block and then choose the same pattern that we have already made with our blocks. Let's use the simulator to test whether a code is working or not. Yes, on start it is showing us an icon, button A is showing us the number 2, and one button B is pressed, button A and B is pressed showing maker, and then yes, it is responding to a code. Let's just connect our microbit to the make code interface and download the code on our physical device.
Now that we have connected our microbit, we're going to download the code, and you'll see when the code is downloading it just flickers a bit. Let's just disconnect it and connect it with the battery pack. Okay, let's just adjust the camera a little bit so that you all can see. So yes, on start it is showing us that icon. On button A, it is showing us number 2. On button B, it is showing us this LED pattern, and then when we press button A and B, it is showing us makeup. So yes, here you have your basic microbit code, and in this video you have learned how to get started with your microbit, what features does the microbit have, how to make use of the classroom resources already available on the MakeCode website, and how to download your first code. See you next time.